Hey, so I know I just dropped a video, but I wanted to make another video. This time, I promise it will be a very short video. And it's basically how to determine whether you're a momentum based thrower or a power thrower. Alright? So, a momentum based thrower, so the characteristics that you'll have are usually you'll be on the slider sides of someone like a Zane Weir. So, like a 260 pound, five 6 foot down thrower that is not very strong in the weight room but is super fast and super twitchy. And those are the characteristics of a momentum based thrower. So basically how you can tell. So I'll take me for example because I am a momentum based thrower. So my furthest stand throw ever is like 13 meters. All right. My furthest throw ever with a 16-pound shot is around 17 meters. So there's a big gap between my stand throw and my full throw. So that tells me I don't rely on strength because a far stand throw relies a lot on base strength. And I even when I try and throw a stand throw far, I just don't have the strength to do it. All right. So if you have that big gap between your stand throw and your full throw, it probably means you're probably more of a momentum based thrower. And that's assuming that you have relatively good technique. All right. Another example of this is like Tom Walsh, who, has like a PR of like a stand throw of like a 15 to 16 meters, but he throws 2290. So, that's a very, very big gap. All right. And then on the other hand, you have a power thrower, someone like a Ryan Krauser or Joe Kovacs. So the characteristics of those is they're usually around 290 to 280 plus pounds, usually over 300 plus pounds. The height doesn't really matter, but usually there's some. I guess height isn't really a factor; it's more your mass in terms of this conversation. But they're usually super strong. So like Joe Kovacs, arguably the strongest shot putter ever. Squatting like 1,000 pounds, like benching like 800 pounds. Stuff like ridiculous stuff. Um, or like a Christian Cantwell, or like a Joe Kovacs, like just doing insane lifts. Um, they're power based throwers. So, vice versa to what I was saying with the stand throw for momentum based thrower, a power thrower. So I bet you all those guys can stand throw over 20 meters. Joe Kovacs, I'm pretty sure has thrown over 21 meters on a stand throw. But they throw 22 to 23 meters. So there's not a big gap between their stand throw. Well, there's not as big a gap between their stand throw and their full throw. All right. So that's a strong indication that you might be more suited to a power thrower. So someone who moves a lot slower, but spends less time in the air and really starts slower and finishes fast. Whereas a momentum based thrower will start faster and try and maintain or accelerate from that speed. All right. Well, actually, they will accelerate. In both styles, you have to accelerate. They just accelerate differently. So the momentum based thrower is in double support a lot less time, and there's the shot put is moving a lot faster through the ring. And a power thrower is someone who starts slower and accelerates, has a very low sweep and doesn't have that much air time through the ring, and just stays in double support forever. All right, and stays on the shot put forever. All right. So you got Zane Weir here. He's a momentum based thrower. See, he starts slow. It doesn't really, even though he is accelerating a lot, it doesn't look like it. You can't physically like see with your eyes that he is. Whereas someone like Ryan Krauser, who starts considerably slow, but his release is so crazily fast. You know, so it's just two different ways to achieve the same thing. But it's what style works for you. So, like, if Zane Weir tried to throw like Ryan Krauser, he probably wouldn't throw that far. And vice versa with Ryan Krauser. If Ryan Krauser started super fast, it probably wouldn't help him at all. Really, he'd decelerate because he's so big. It's hard to maintain that speed because he's not using his mass; he's using momentum, and it's hard to. Even though, well, I guess it probably doesn't matter for someone like Ryan Krauser, to be completely honest, 'cause he's just a god. But yeah,